My beloved child, come closer. Let your heart be still for a moment and listen, because I am speaking to you gently, not to wound you, not to confuse you, but to heal you and to steady your soul. I know the questions that circle your mind late at night. I know the ache that tightens your chest when you wonder where you stand, when you feel caught between hope and waiting, between love and uncertainty. I see you when you smile for others but feel overlooked inside. I see you when you ask yourself if you are somehow less, if you arrived too late, if you were chosen only because someone else was not fully let go. Hear me clearly now, and let these words sink deep into you. You are not a second choice to me. And you have never been one. I formed you with intention. I did not create you as an afterthought or a replacement. Before you ever loved, before you ever hoped, before you ever waited for someone else's heart to become free, I knew you completely. I knew your tenderness. I knew your patience. I knew how deeply you would love, how fiercely you would remain loyal, how easily you would give more of yourself than is asked. I also knew how easily you would doubt yourself when others hesitate. Yet even in that, I have never doubted you. I have never measured you against someone else and found you lacking. You are not standing in anyone's shadow in my eyes. I know it hurts to feel like someone's heart is divided. I know it stings to sense that another name still echoes in their memory, that another presence has not yet been released. You wonder if you are competing with a past that refuses to loosen its grip. You wonder if love should feel like waiting on a door that is not fully open. My child, I am not blind to this. I see the invisible tug-of-war happening in places you cannot reach. I see what he carries quietly, the memories he has not yet laid down, the bond he has not yet untied. His hesitation is not a reflection of your worth. It is evidence of a process that is still unfinished within him. Do not confuse someone else's inability to let go with your value. Do not translate their delay into a verdict about who you are. You are not lacking. You are not insufficient. You are not standing in line behind another soul. What is happening is not about you being second, it is about him still being bound. And there is a difference, even if it does not feel that way to your heart right now. I need you to understand something important. I do not bring you into situations to diminish you. I do not invite you into relationships to teach you how to shrink. When I allow waiting, it is not to punish you, but to protect you and to prepare all hearts involved. There are ties that cannot be broken by force, only by truth and time. If he has not released her yet, it is because there is still a lesson, a realization, a reckoning he must face. I will not allow you to carry the weight of that unfinished work as if it were your responsibility. You are precious to me. Your love is not cheap. Your patience is not something to be exploited. I do not expect you to sit quietly and accept crumbs while telling yourself they are a feast. I also do not rush hearts that are not yet ready, because rushed freedom is not true freedom. I am working in ways you cannot see, in conversations that have not yet happened, in moments of clarity that will arrive when the time is right. I know you wonder why I would allow you to feel this tension, this in-between place where love feels present but not fully secure. My child, sometimes the waiting reveals more than the arrival ever could. It reveals what you believe about yourself. It reveals whether you will cling to someone else's uncertainty or anchor yourself in my truth. It reveals whether you will define yourself by another person's readiness or by my unwavering choice of you. Let me speak truth over you now. You are chosen. Not conditionally. Not temporarily. Not because someone else failed. You are chosen because I see you, I know you, and I delight in you. Your value does not rise or fall based on whether someone else has untangled their past. Your worth is not measured by how quickly someone can commit or how completely someone can let go of yesterday. Your worth was settled long before any of this began. I also want you to hear this gently. Loving someone does not mean abandoning yourself. Waiting does not mean erasing your needs. Patience does not require silence when your heart is hurting. I am not asking you to disappear while someone else figures out what they want. I am asking you to stay rooted in who you are, to stay honest with me, and to stay attentive to the way your spirit feels. I will never shame you for needing clarity, security, and peace. These are not demands. They are healthy desires placed within you by me. If there are moments when you feel small, remind yourself that I am near. When you feel like you are standing on the sidelines of someone else's unresolved story, remember that I am writing your story too, and it does not revolve around being second to anyone. Your chapter is not titled Almost or Maybe Later. Your chapter is filled with purpose, dignity, and love that is meant to be fully returned. I know you worry that if you step back, you will lose him. I know you fear that if you stop waiting, you will miss what could have been. But listen to me carefully. What is truly meant for you cannot be lost by honesty or self-respect. What is truly meant for you will not require you to compete with a ghost or negotiate with a memory. When love is ready, it stands fully present. When a heart is free, it does not keep one foot in yesterday and one foot in tomorrow. I am not angry with him. I am not condemning him. I am working with him, just as I am working with you. Healing is not linear. Letting go can be frightening, especially when the past once felt like safety. But I will not sacrifice your peace to preserve someone else's comfort. I will not allow you to remain in a place that slowly teaches you to doubt your worth. There may come a moment when he finally releases her, not because you waited long enough, but because he understood deeply enough. If that moment comes, it will be clear, unburdened, and free of confusion. You will not have to question where you stand. You will not have to ask if there is still someone else. Peace will accompany it. Not anxiety, and if that moment does not come, if he cannot let go, I need you to know this as well. It will not mean you lost. It will mean you were protected from loving someone who was unable to love you fully. It will mean I honored your value even when it hurt. It will mean I was guiding you away from a bond that would have required you to keep shrinking your heart to fit someone else's unfinished healing. I am holding you in this season. I am not distant. I am not silent. I am close to your questions, close to your tears, close to your quiet strength. When you feel tired of waiting, rest in me. When you feel tempted to compare yourself, let me remind you of who you are. When you feel like time is slipping, remember that I am not late, and I do not waste pain. You are not second choice. Not to me. Not in the design I have for your life. Not in the love that is meant to find you and stay. You are not an option someone settles for after exhausting their past. You are a gift, and gifts are not given carelessly. They are chosen deliberately. Trust me with what you cannot control. Trust me with the timing. Trust me with your heart. I am leading you, even now, toward clarity, toward peace, toward a love that does not make you question your place. Stay open, stay honest, stay rooted in truth. I am with you, and I will not let you be diminished by someone else's inability to let go. My child, stay with me a little longer. Let me continue to pour truth where doubt has tried to settle. I know that even after hearing my reassurance, your heart still asks quiet questions. You wonder how long this season will last. You wonder if hope is wise or if it is slowly exhausting you. You wonder if loving deeply always means enduring uncertainty. I am not offended by these questions. I am not disappointed in your weariness. I understand the human heart because I created it, and I am gentle with its limits. I want you to know that waiting does not make you weak. But neither does choosing peace make you selfish. There is a difference between patience guided by faith and patience fueled by fear. One strengthens you, the other slowly drains you. I am teaching you to recognize the difference. When your waiting is anchored in me, it brings quiet confidence. When it is anchored in fear of losing someone, it brings restlessness and self-doubt. Pay attention to what grows inside you during this season. I am using this time to sharpen your discernment, not to test your endurance endlessly. You have been trying to understand his heart, replaying words, remembering moments, analyzing silences. I see the effort you make to be understanding, to be compassionate, to give space. Those qualities are beautiful, but I do not want you to forget to extend that same compassion to yourself. You are allowed to feel confused. You are allowed to feel tired of carrying unanswered questions. You are allowed to desire a love that shows up fully, without hesitation or hidden attachments. There is something sacred I want you to grasp. Love that is meant for you will not keep you in constant emotional suspense. It will not leave you guessing where you stand. It will not require you to silence your needs in order to keep it alive. Real love grows in truth, not in ambiguity. If something repeatedly pulls you into anxiety instead of peace, that is not a sign that you should try harder. It is an invitation to bring it to me and ask what I am revealing. Do not mistake intensity for destiny. Do not confuse emotional closeness with readiness. Sometimes hearts connect before they are healed, and when that happens, pain can follow if boundaries are not honored. I am teaching you that connection alone is not enough. Timing matters. Freedom matters. Wholeness matters. I care about your future joy more than your present attachment. Even when letting go of attachment feels terrifying, I know there are moments when you tell yourself, if I just wait a little longer, everything will change. Sometimes that is true. Sometimes growth simply needs time. But sometimes waiting becomes a way of postponing your own healing. I will never force you to stay or to leave. I respect your will. But I will continue to whisper truth until you no longer ignore what your spirit already senses. You are learning that being chosen by someone else feels good, but being chosen by yourself matters too. I am calling you to stand in your dignity, not in silent endurance. You do not have to demand or beg. You simply have to remain aligned with truth. When you do, clarity will eventually rise to the surface, whether through change or through release. If he releases her, it will not be because you proved yourself worthy. It will be because he finally faced what he was avoiding. And if he does not, I will not let that define your story. I will redirect your steps gently, even if your heart resists at first. I am far more invested in your peace than you realize. There is a love prepared for you that does not make you question your place. There is a partnership ahead that feels steady, not fragile. There is a connection coming that honors your softness without exploiting it. Do not shrink your expectations just to keep someone near. What I have for you is not sustained by your sacrifice alone, it is sustained by mutual freedom and truth. Stay close to me in this season. Let me be the voice louder than your fears, louder than your longing, louder than the silence you sometimes receive. I am not leading you into disappointment. I am leading you into discernment, strength, and a deeper understanding of your worth. Rest your heart tonight knowing this: you are not forgotten, you are not overlooked, and you are not second to anyone in my plan. I am still working, still guiding, still holding you. And when the next step becomes clear, you will recognize it not by confusion, but by peace. My beloved, let me draw even closer now, because there are things your heart is afraid to admit, and I want to meet you right there. You have moments when you feel strong and assured, and then moments when a single thought can unravel you. You replay conversations. You wonder if you said too much or not enough. You ask yourself whether patience will be rewarded or whether it is quietly costing you pieces of yourself. I am not distant from these inner battles. I am present in every breath you take when uncertainty weighs on you. I know you sometimes feel guilty for wanting more clarity. You tell yourself you should be grateful for what exists, even if it feels incomplete. But hear me clearly, gratitude does not require you to ignore what hurts. Faith does not require you to pretend you are fulfilled when you are not. I am a God of truth, not denial. I would rather you bring me your honest confusion than offer me quiet endurance that slowly hardens your heart. You are learning something sacred right now, that love must be free to be whole. If a heart is still tethered elsewhere, even emotionally, it cannot fully rest with you. That does not make you unlovable. It simply means the soil is not yet ready to sustain what you are offering. I am protecting the depth of your love by not allowing it to be planted in ground that cannot yet hold it. There are days when you wonder if you are being asked to wait because you are meant to rescue him, to be the one who helps him heal, to be the reason he finally lets go. My child, that is not your role. Healing is holy work, but it is not meant to come at the cost of your own well-being. I did not create you to be someone's transition. I created you to be someone's partner, someone's safe place, someone's joy. I know how deeply you love. I know how naturally you give. But even the purest love must be met with readiness, or it becomes a source of pain. I am teaching you that love without boundaries can quietly turn into self-abandonment. You do not have to give less love, you simply have to give it wisely. You fear that if you step back emotionally, you will appear cold or uncaring. But stepping back is not rejection, sometimes it is alignment. It is you honoring what your heart truly needs. It is you trusting me enough to believe that what is meant to stay will not disappear when you stop overextending yourself. Listen to the stillness I am inviting you into. Notice how peace feels different from excitement mixed with anxiety. Peace does not rush you. It does not pressure you to wait indefinitely. It does not ask you to compete with the past. Peace sits with you and reassures you, even in silence. That is the atmosphere I desire for your relationships. If he truly belongs in your future, he will meet you there with a free heart and clear intention. You will not have to wonder whether another woman still occupies space meant for you. And if he cannot meet you there, I will gently guide you towards something better than you can currently imagine, even if your heart protests at first. Do not underestimate how deeply I care about your emotional safety. I see the nights you lie awake imagining different outcomes. I see how tired you become from carrying hope and doubt at the same time. I am not asking you to stop caring. I am asking you to stop carrying this alone. You are not behind in life. You are not missing your moment. I am not withholding love from you as a lesson. I am refining your understanding of what love should feel like so that when it arrives fully, you will recognize it immediately and not settle for less. Trust me with the pace of this season. Trust me with the outcome. Trust me with your heart, even when it feels vulnerable and exposed. I am not leading you into loss, I am leading you into truth. And truth, even when it hurts at first, always sets you free. Stay near me. Let me hold what you cannot resolve tonight. You do not need all the answers right now. You only need to know this: you are deeply loved, intentionally chosen, and never second in my eyes or in the future I am preparing for you. My child, breathe with me for a moment. Let the noise quiet down. I know that even after all I have spoken, your heart still leans forward, still listening, still hoping I will say something that finally settles everything inside you. I am here, and I am not finished speaking to you. I am patient with the way your heart keeps returning to the same question, because love makes the heart brave, and fear makes it tired at the same time. There is a tenderness in you that I cherish. You love with sincerity, not calculation. You do not keep score. You do not love halfway. That is a gift, but it is also why this season feels so heavy. You feel deeply, and when something feels unfinished, your soul wants to fix it, to wait it out, to believe that if you just remain steady, everything will eventually align. I honor that faithfulness, but I also want to protect you from confusing faithfulness with self-erasure. I see how you sometimes minimize your own pain by telling yourself that others have endured worse, that your situation is not that bad, that you should simply be stronger. My child, pain does not need to compete to be real. Your tears matter to me, even the ones you never let fall. I count them. I understand them. You do not have to justify your hurt in my presence. There are moments when you feel him pulling closer, moments when hope rises again and you think, maybe now. And then there are moments when distance returns, when old shadows remind you that her presence is still there, unseen but powerful. That back and forth is exhausting, and I know it. I do not want your heart living on emotional tides that constantly rise and fall. I desire stability for you, not emotional survival. Hear this carefully, because it is important. You do not need to earn a fully available love. You do not need to prove that you are patient enough, understanding enough, forgiving enough to deserve clarity. Love that is healthy does not keep you guessing as a test. It does not make you wonder whether asking for honesty will push someone away. You are not asking for too much. You are simply asking the wrong person to give what they are not yet able to give. I am teaching you that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is pause. Not to punish. Not to manipulate. But to protect your heart and allow truth to surface. When you stop filling the silence, when you stop carrying what is not yours to carry, reality becomes clearer. What is genuine remains. What is unfinished reveals itself. You worry that stepping into your dignity will make you seem difficult or demanding. But dignity is quiet. It does not shout. It simply stands. When you stand in it, you give others the opportunity to rise to truth or step away from it. Either way, you are no longer shrinking to keep a connection alive. I want you to know that I am not rushing you toward an ending, nor am I trapping you in waiting. I am walking with you toward awareness. I am loosening the knots in your heart slowly, because sudden clarity can feel like loss before it feels like freedom. I am gentle because you are tender. There will come a time when you look back at this season and realize it was not about him choosing between you and her. It was about you choosing whether you would honor the voice within you that kept whispering, "You are worthy of more." That voice is not fear. It is wisdom. It is me. Do not be afraid of what will happen if you stop holding everything together. You are not responsible for maintaining balance in a situation that already leans on uncertainty. Let me carry what you cannot fix. Let me reveal what you cannot see yet. Tonight, rest your heart. You do not need to decide everything now. You do not need to resolve the future in one moment of clarity. You only need to stay honest with me and with yourself. I am not disappointed in your questions. I am not threatened by your boundaries. I am proud of the way you are learning to value the heart I gave you. Remember this as you fall asleep. You are not second choice, not in love, not in life, not in my plan. You are deeply seen, fiercely protected, and gently guided. I am still with you, and I will continue to speak, one quiet truth at a time, until peace replaces confusion and confidence replaces doubt. My beloved child, now let me wrap you in my peace and seal what I have been speaking into your heart. I know this journey has been heavy, and I know you have carried more than you ever expected to carry. You tried to be patient. You tried to be understanding. You tried to love without conditions, believing that love alone could make everything right. I have seen every effort, every silent prayer, every moment you chose hope even when your heart felt tired. None of it was wasted, and none of it went unseen. I want you to understand something deeply now. You were never wrong for loving. You were never foolish for hoping. Your heart was responding exactly as it was designed to respond, with sincerity, depth, and courage. But love does not mean you must remain in uncertainty forever. Hope does not mean you must live without assurance. I am a God of completion, not confusion, and I am leading you away from emotional limbo and toward clarity, whether that clarity comes through renewal or release. There is a quiet strength rising in you now, even if you do not fully recognize it yet. It is the strength of someone who is beginning to trust their own worth again. It is the strength of someone who no longer believes they must compete with the past to deserve the present. This strength is not loud. It does not argue. It does not beg. It simply knows. And that knowing is a gift from me. If he releases her, it will be because truth finally outweighed fear. It will be because he chose to step fully into the present instead of lingering in what once was. And if that happens, you will feel it instantly, not as anxiety, not as doubt, but as peace. You will not wonder where you stand. You will not question if you are enough. Love will feel steady, grounded, and free, and if he does not release her, hear me clearly now, it will not be your failure. It will not be proof that you were not worthy. It will simply mean that his journey could not align with yours without costing you more than you should ever have to give. In that case, I will lead you forward, even if your heart aches at first. Even if letting go feels like loss before it feels like relief. I will not abandon you in that transition. I will walk with you through it, step by step. I am not asking you to harden your heart. I am not asking you to close yourself off to love. I am asking you to trust that the love meant for you will meet you with the same openness you offer. I am asking you to believe that you do not need to settle for partial presence, divided attention, or unresolved ties. You were created for wholeness, not for half measures. Let tonight be a turning point inside you. Not a dramatic decision, not a forced ending, but a gentle shift. A shift where you stop measuring your value by someone else's readiness. A shift where you stop questioning whether you are enough. A shift where you rest in the truth that I have already chosen you completely. Lay down the weight you have been carrying. Lay down the comparisons. Lay down the fear of being left behind. I am holding your future, and it is not fragile. It does not depend on someone else's hesitation. It is secure in my hands. As you move forward, listen for peace. Peace will guide you more accurately than anxiety ever could. Peace will not rush you, and it will not confuse you. Peace will feel like alignment with who you truly are. Follow that peace, even if it leads you somewhere unexpected. Remember this always: you are not second choice. You are not an option. You are not a backup plan. You are deeply loved, intentionally created, and fiercely protected. I am proud of your heart, proud of your growth, proud of the way you are learning to stand in truth without losing your tenderness. Rest now, my child. I am with you. I will continue to guide you. And in time, you will look back and realize that this season did not break you, it refined you, strengthened you, and led you closer to the love and peace you truly deserve.